All right, and we rolling.
It's got, listen, Wolf, it's got strawberries in it, floral notes with a bright crisp.
And we live, so
Hello.
go ahead and...
Welcome to another episode of But I Don't Know, though. It's Avery Mason and Phil Hunt, and we in the penthouse once again with some new furniture. Phil broke the budget to help upgrade
this
us.
Actually,
man.
might be the last episode because today Avery decided to bring a white wine that is no longer white. It's a white Zinfandel, but if you look there at the camera, it's brown.
It is brown.
Is this part of Mom's collection?
Yeah, her 20 year. This is from 2006, but it's. I mean, on the label it says there's like strawberries in it, and it's got a floral aroma with a bright crispiness. So maybe the flavoring just matured, and the black stuff you see floating in it is the flavor pellets expanding.
Did me and you not mature? But are we not the same color in our baby pictures as we are now? Is that what you think happens when things change colors?
The flavor profile expanded.
Like you don't think food ever spoils? You be like, oh, it's maturing. It just it turned green.
I don't know if wine can go bad though. That's the thing. I know meat can go bad.
Well, this may be the last episode because I'm sipping this shit.
You got health insurance?
Something like that.
How's it taste?
It's all right. I mixed it with a little Jack. So.
Hey, see, there you go, Wolf. Safety. I'm gonna drink it straight, and we'll see how this.
We doing this shit the day after Aaron Carter died. Because he overdosed or something, drugs.
Sorry.
And we drinking white wine that's now brown.
Oh, that's
he did. You didn't know that? Yeah, black people won't really do white celebrity deaths like that. Or I feel like white people don't really care as much.
R.I.P. I didn't know he died. When I saw the article, I thought it was one of those spam articles.
Yeah.
Tell you how to grow your penis in 2 weeks, like one of them things.
This guy.
He died again. I seen this article 2 years ago.
But yeah, he passed away, unfortunately. So R.I.P. to Aaron Carter. We don't want to make fun of it. We all remember How I Beat Shaq.
Yeah.
So Will Smith had How I Beat Mike Tyson.
Hey, How I Beat Shaq,
And Aaron Carter had How I Beat Shaq.
Yeah, no, I think I don't know if it was drugs that caused this, but I know he had.
It was
drugs.
Come on, man. 34. When you die at 34 and they find you in the bathtub, we know it wasn't Mr. Bubbles.
Mr. Bubbles in the.
What is it with rich people and bathroom deaths?
They trying to be comfortable before they go. Like they don't want to.
Whitney, R.I.P. Whitney Houston, but
same.
Found her in the bathtub. Elvis was on the toilet.
Taking a shit.
I feel like you're only a legendary if you die in the bathroom. You're a legend. You're not a legend if they find you in the living room.
Like, we ain't talking about him. You gotta be on the toilet. Like, don't even talk about Marilyn Monroe, any of them other ones.
Yeah.
You
know what I like about white celebrity deaths?
What's that?
There are no conspiracy theories. He's been dead for 24 hours and nobody was like, yo, Aaron Carter was just finna buy his masters. You know how it go.
Something happened to him, man. We don't know.
Like when Prince died, they just kept being like, his masters. Because what was Prince, like 50?
Prince was in his late 50s when he died.
Right, but somebody goes, my grandma 86. And I'm like, how many world tours has your grandmother done? Like, you know what I mean? It's a lot of mileage on a young 57 with somebody like a Prince, whereas it's like your grandma just goes to church every Sunday and goes to bingo on Fridays and goes home.
And she walks.
Prince been flying, taking the red eyes and all that. Being an artist is a lot of work.
Non-stop sleep.
Non-stop travel, too.
I mean, no sleep.
Changing time zones. Your body probably all mixed up.
Yeah, he must be going crazy, all that music in his head. And all that unreleased stuff. Mm-hmm. Real quick, if you couldn't tell by my reaction, the wine was awful. It did not taste good at all, and I don't recommend you drink. If it's a red wine, it's more than 20 years, go for it. But white wines that have changed color, they're not mood rings. It's not a flavor profile. It just went bad. I think.
What type of wine do Crips drink? Can they do red wine?
No, absolutely not. No.
What do they do? White wine?
They might only white wine, nothing with color in it.
Probably don't drink wine.
They don't do no rosés, none of that shit.
Nothing colored.
Hey, cuz, pass me the wine flute. Like, never heard a Crip say that shit. I would love to hear that. Like, hey, we drink We drink like this, fool.
That whole corkscrew thing is preventing wine from crossing over, man.
Yeah,
really,
we don't.
Really got a corkscrew handy all the time, man.
Yeah, no, this isn't something black. If it's not something with a pop top or like, twist off, whatever, I don't think black folks is gonna have it like that in their house. Or at least not the Crips.
Not sophisticated black folks. They'll do their wine.
Yes, they live on a higher
Those
floor.
Baldwin Hill blacks.
Yeah.
They'll do their wine and what.
They have the automatic wine openers, which I don't see the necessity of those.
The necessity?
Is that a word?
You sure?
I'm not.
You sure?
You sound like my man now. There's a clip of Antonio Brown pronouncing parody, but he's like, man, this shit is a real parody. And he's so sure. Which that's been cracking me up all weekend on Twitter. People just been battling of like, who's the craziest AB? Adrian Broner or Antonio Brown? And I mean,
That's
both.
a good question. They both pretty.
Like, they could do a versus, and it would be hit for hit,
Boxing
clip for
AB
clip.
got some
Like,
hits,
boxing AB he's got some moments.
I'm gonna go with Antonio Brown though, because I've never seen anyone quit in the middle of a game. They had it on camera, and the guy's like, "Yo, what is he doing? He's just taking off his shirt, throwing to the crowd." I'm like, "Is he hurt?" Nah, he just is like, "I'm done, I'm going home."
Which Tom Brady misses. He misses Antonio Brown, man.
He wishes his crazy ass was back.
And Gronk and Giselle, he done lost his all his teammates.
Nah, Giselle ain't leaving him. She ain't going nowhere.
Why you say that? What you know that we don't know?
I just know he got money and influence.
I mean, shit, ask Dr. Dre. That woman brought him divorce papers. He had an aneurysm. He was in the hospital with an aneurysm. And
trying to get him beside the paper.
And he did sign him. Half dead, he signed him.
Oh, no.
So, yeah, you got money.
Before we go too far, I also want to say quick RP to the rapper Takeoff from the Migos. He also passed away, unfortunately. And a talented guy. Nah, ain't got nothing bad to say about him. I met him twice.
Did you?
Yeah, in passing.
Tell one of those stories or something, man.
Well, I saw him, and I said, "Hey, Takeoff, what's up?" And he walked past me. That was the first one. And the second one...
So Takeoff took off.
He did.
He just looked at you and was like...
the second,
you weren't the star on
not
Power.
at all. No.
Relax.
He just waved. Just, "Hey, good to see you." But it wasn't like I couldn't, get close. And then the second time, he just kind of, went like that. He was kind enough to do it. Most people...
Was there security with him?
Yes,
I'm only
at
curious.
those events. At those events.
At those events.
Not at...
What were the events? Tell the story.
Oh, okay. It was... All right, so it was the... it was one of the red carpets for Power, and another one...
Oh, okay.
Was
Word.
Punisher.
So it was here in New York?
New York City, yeah.
Okay, that's dope, man. Tell those stories, man.
I didn't get to actually really get close to him. I just kind of...
No, you just kind of, what up?
Yeah,
hey, nice
man.
fist bump real quick.
Yeah, cool dude.
I'm always curious to which events people have security for. Like even, today when we came up to shoot the episode, there was a security guard at the door, which I immediately text you like, yo, you got to act different. It's a security guard here. So, matter of fact, do that for me too. Go ahead, put that back in the bottle.
Okay. We're gonna donate this to the toilet.
We're gonna hit this jack and get right
that.
and leave that wine alone, man.
Ooh.
Pull out the real grown folks liquor.
Yeah, stop playing. This fool brings 1,000-year-old liquor, and I only noticed as he's pouring it into my cup that it says white Zinfandel, and I'm like, why is it brown? But no. So yeah, today. We, coming up here, it was a security guard at the door. And it's interesting to me when people, as somebody who just does comedy and is not at all attached to the celebrity world, obviously you've done red carpets and stuff, so you know a little more than me, when people choose to have security and when they choose not to. Because we, as comedians, just kind of move around, which, obviously everybody saw the Oscars and what happened. What happened to Chris Rock as he's telling a joke.
Yeah, we're going to be moving around a little different.
And I mean, obviously you're in a house full of celebrities, so I guess you feel like that's an off night for your security. Yeah. And then last week we had an incident right outside of a comedy club here in New York. A comedian was punched.
Oh, you want to say that?
That was on SNL. Yeah, you don't got to give details all the time.
A comedian was punched. People
use their Googles. So yeah, it's just interesting to me. A lot of rappers and different people, and like I'm saying, even coming up here, had security.
I'm thinking, I feel like they should have security with them at all times.
Just how accessible we are. But is that affordable? You know, a lot of times they paying us this $50 and a drink ticket. So it's like, is the security guard gonna take your drink ticket?
Oh man, just take your cousin with you. Bring your cousin
something.
with you.
Just find a cousin that's bigger than you.
Who likes to fight.
And then obviously you mentioning Takeoff, who, like we said, you know, unfortunately, you know, unless you live under a rock, you know, he died or got shot. And yeah, it just is, it's kind of sad, but it's like, security, you know, the internet was mentioning, you know, Jay Prince has like a, and you know, you heard of checking in, right? The whole like you gotta check in thing.
I don't buy into none of that because people come out with their theories. And they people have cracked the case like it's TikTok SVU.
Yeah,
and all these people had cameras.
TikTok
and everybody
SVU.
Everybody was filming. Nobody was helping. No, you know what I mean? So like whatever.
It's crazy to me that people still post those clips because Vanessa Bryant. Sued. Was it TMZ?
TMZ.
She won like $30 million because they posted the dead pictures of Kobe online, and it's
which is wild.
Who needed to see that?
I don't know, but it's something about people like that clout. They just want to have that attention. Like, yo, I put this out there. And like, what you think it's going to do?
And all people going to do is take it right off your page anyway. It's not like they're going to repost you or whatever. They're just going to download it and reshare it.
You think Oprah's going to call you up for that interview once you put that picture up? Like, yo, I got to have a sit down.
I don't know what people think, but
I think that y'all rappers, whoever, need to have security with you at all times. When you reach a certain level, you have to
that's what I'm saying.
I'm sure like somebody like a Seinfeld or like
was supposed to kind of be holding them down, and then something went left. We ain't gonna say what,
bro. A Seinfeld or Chris Rock type person gotta have security. Guys like, I even say Jay-Z. Like,
but I've seen, you know, Rock here in the city moving around, no security. So that's what I'm saying. You know, with dude getting punched outside of the club, that it's like, we very much are like, I don't know. I guess we just feel like nothing's ever going to really happen to us. And I mean, so far it hasn't, meaning obviously we've had no comedians shot to death or nothing crazy like that. But obviously, Rock getting punched, slapped, and the dude getting punched, and then the dude that ran up the stage for Chappelle, which Chappelle and his security took care of dude. Well, I shouldn't say his security, but every performer
helped out,
stomped him out.
Effort.
So yeah,
the girl getting the beer thrown at her too, if you want to include that.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm saying security couldn't really stop. You know, somebody just throwing something at you.
Somebody got to do something. We got to stop walking around like this. We got to.
But it's interesting like how sad we get when rappers die, and that people really only care if you get shot if you die. So let's think about Lil TJ. Got shot like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
He got shot 7 times. He's already back on tour, and I'm just looking at the clips of him performing like, bruh, you not tired
at all? Nah, he right back to it.
And you would think somebody close to him would kind of say, hey, bro, chill out. Like, take 3 months off, bro, 90 days. But I think they do be feeling like they finna die, so.
Yeah, I think I'm always, it surprises me when people are surprised that these things happen.
Because if a comedian gets shot to death tomorrow, it might be my last show. Like,
really?
Seriously, I think rapping is the most dangerous occupation, man. I don't
more
know
than a teacher?
Why that is. Yo ass more than a teacher. Cut it out.
Teacher's pretty dangerous.
Cut it out. Fucking teachers have died. I know a lot of
unarmed.
teachers that, you
Going
know.
to school unarmed.
I mean, yeah, but, you know, that's a joke. But it's like, I ain't seen no footage of no teachers being murdered.
It doesn't surprise me when I hear these rappers getting shot, because a lot of these rappers, I was just talking about this with Wolf, they don't change how they move. They still try to be the same guy that lived in 4B in, you know, Cabrini
but it
Green
looked like
projects.
it don't matter how you move, because, you know, obviously Nipsey Hussle, he was at home, you know, in L.A. and Compton.
Didn't have no security with him.
Then these guys are on the road. They're in Houston.
No security with him.
Yeah, which is funny because I remember when 50 was kind of at his height, people would be like, yo, dude got so much security. It's like he's moving around with the whole precinct, and you go, but he's alive.
Yeah, as he should. Because if he didn't, then all y'all be trying to give him your mixtapes and trying to get signed, or like, yo, I need money for this, need money for that.
I think that's what you got to determine as a rapper, as a famous person, of like when to pay that fee and when not to, because, you know, you'd rather pay somebody $500,000 a year than be dead. That it's like,
that's true. But that's also how I know I'm not famous, Phil.
Yeah.
Because, like, only homeless people ask me for money. When people who are dressed regular start asking me for bread, then I know I made it. I'm not at that level yet, but I'm going to get there. Like, yo, this guy's got a suit on. Hey, bro, they're about to lose the house.
I don't think people realize how difficult it is to be a celebrity that, like, you know. I forgot who I was listening to, but he was talking about, like, even meeting girls that it's like, you almost got to fake them out and be like, yeah, meet me over here. And then send somebody to pick her up from that location.
Bring her back.
And take her to a different location just in case it's a setup.
Yeah,
and I'm like, yo,
waiting to rob you.
Being a rapper sounds hard.
Yeah, just find you somebody and bring them to your house. Like I always watched Cribs. They always had like the dance floor, the bowling alley, movie theater. Why would you need to go anywhere? Just bring them to your house?
Yeah, that's always the thing. Like I remember, which, you know, and this is the thing, obviously, it's embarrassing, you know, rap culture, sometimes black culture, that it's like a thing, you know. Yeah. And we almost worship the dead more than we do the living, you know.
Yeah, it seems like it.
RIP shit is like a whole business for us, you know. You got RIP t-shirts, hats,
wristbands,
jeans,
stickers,
rugs, towels,
the vehicle wraps,
shower curtains. You like, yo, I don't know if I want to really think about my dead homie first thing in the morning, like. Then people do like inappropriate shit in RIP t-shirts.
Yeah.
Like I was hooping against a nigga and he had a dead homie on his shirt, and it's like, bruh, I knew dude, I don't really want to play as hard as I could play because you got the dead homie on the shirt. Like, now if I beat you, I beat him too. Like,
it's like he's on the court with us, man. He up D. I don't want to.
You don't really see like white people into RIP culture.
Not at all. Unless they down with like they got a little hood, you know, ID card with them. Other than that, it's regular.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
They buried them. They have a picture on the mantle.
Then the Spanish homies, they be putting like, they'll put the dead person on their windshield.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that.
You're in traffic now. You finna honk, but then you see a dead person and go, I don't really want to honk at mi abuela.
You know the new thing is now. I've seen some Spanish people with the jewelry. They'll have the little chain with the picture and the little jewelry of the.
That's interesting culturally that it doesn't really cross over. That it's like I said, a whole business for us. You know,
the white people don't do that. They really don't do that.
Like airbrushing was invented for the RIP shirt.
White people get tattoos.
Maybe.
Of they lost and gone ones.
Perhaps.
But I would love to see. You all right, man?
I'm sweating a little bit. I drank that brown white wine you had. So now we a little hot.
Get 911 on standby, because let me get some. Let me take a sip of that there, man.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And we definitely not sponsored by none of these people's bottles that we're drinking.
Yeah, we're not sponsored by brown white wine at all.
It's been a while since we've actually had a chance to drink.
That might be a good business opportunity, actually.
What, brown white wine?
Serving up the brown white wine.
You can drink it before it expires, and it still tastes good if you drink it after it expires.
Let me get a little bit of that to wash down this brown white wine you gave me earlier.
You start feeling woozy, it's not me, it's the honey jack.
Which, speaking of people getting shot, I don't know if you've been online, which let me not transition it that.
Go ahead, transition, man.
Let me not transition it that roughly, but yeah, speaking of people getting shot, the whole internet, Drake came out with the album.
Oh, yes.
Drake and 21 Savage. In case you live under a rock, her loss.
I liked they did a fake Vogue magazine, which they had it in my neighborhood. I'm like, what is this? They're on the cover of Vogue, and I went and looked it up. And I saw it was a whole fake magazine they did, him and 21 Savage.
Yeah, they did like a fake press rollout kind of thing. Yeah, it
was great. It was great.
Which that's one thing I hate now about music being released. It's like, I call it the Joe Buddenification of like talking about music. That you'll be talking to somebody, you'll be like, yo, what'd you think about the album? And they'll be like, I didn't like the rollout. And it's like, nigga, what? Are you an A&R?
Rollout. Yes, you got.
Yeah, that it's just like, what are we talking about right now?
No, people used to
just like, Joe Budden sounds like that because he has to do 3 hours talking about music. And it's like, bro, if I just ask you if you like the album, you could just give me a normal response.
Yeah, what'd you think of track number 6?
Right.
I didn't like the marketing posters they put up. What about the music? Oh, I didn't listen to it yet. I don't get that. There was a time when artists would just go on different talk shows and they do the late night circuit.
Well, yeah, it was all traditional media, and they kind of mocked that. Like, there's a fake interview with him and Howard Stern.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
But that was funny, though. That was funny.
And then you saw people, like, chopping it up and actually responding to it. And it's like, You know, there's a fake interview, right? These aren't real answers.
Yeah,
like, they
man.
asked Drake something about porn, which I forget what his response was, but then people like, you know, he lying and da-da-da-da. And it's like, yo,
It's
you
not real. Y'all
responding to something that isn't even real.
You know how it is, man. Dreams are more interesting than reality, and people kind of like, you know.
Well, people just see stuff and then start talking about it.
Give
It's
something
gotta
to
have a
talk about.
take that is
Yeah.
like,
Hot take.
which that's the shit that's bothering me now. Like, remember podcasts when they first started? Like, you had an area of expertise.
Yeah, you focus on
So
one
it'd
thing.
be like a wrestler discussing wrestling. Even us, we're comedians, somewhat doing comedy, loosely discussing comedy, acting.
Yes, giving bad advice.
Right, giving bad advice. But then now you just see like a random clip of just two people talking. It's like no area of expertise. They just start talking about dating or whatever. And then people are always like, yo,
That's what I said, man.
defund the podcast community.
I said
like
before,
the CIA put podcast in the black community to break it apart.
Yeah, it's COINTELPRO. It's a new version of it, man. This Wolf is in the CIA. He's gonna push this podcast.
They dropped them crates
bring-
off in the hood for the crate challenge.
right. They
The
used-
Popeyes chicken
They sure
sandwich.
did. They sure did. And them Jordans. That's the number one thing we got to get out the hood is the Jordans. They're still ruining our
They
community.
planted
man.
Kevin Samuels here,
They sure did.
which that was my favorite meme over the weekend for the Halloween, the spirit costume memes. You know what I'm talking
Yeah, I
about?
seen it.
That somebody made Kevin Samuels hater costume, and it was like a chick in a bonnet, bugging the eyes, and it's like, yeah, that's who would be mad.
You know, I felt so kind of dumb because like when I first saw that meme with the spirit thing, I was like, wow. Somebody put it on a flyer, and I was like, wow, that's an original idea for a flyer. And then like the rest of IG was like doing it. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
is going on?
everybody started
What
doing
is this?
one.
I was like, oh, all right, it was original. But yeah, dude.
But yeah, the Drake album sparked the whole controversy, which we'll talk about the tracks, but I like obviously the intro, and I think you can put Drake pretty much with any Atlanta rapper. And
Yeah. I think the best with him was 21. I think that was a great match.
oh,
They
but
both
him and
were
Future
kinda-
got a classic, so
I don't.
don't
I
act
don't-
like
I'm not-
Jumpman wasn't up to something now.
No,
here.
okay, no.
He was up to something out here.
In fairness, he was hot, but I like 21 because 21 actually says something. He don't use auto tunes as much as Future. It's just a matter of taste. I thought that Jumpman was hot. Like the whole album was crazy, but this one, and I like 21. That that energy, the two of them, because they both kind of like R&B rap, kind of laid back.
Nah, he don't do no R&B. 21.
Well, it's just his cadence, the way he talks.
Yeah, he got a little cadence. And they go together well. Drake goes together well with pretty much anybody. But I mean, motherfucker can sing, and he's more interested in singing and melodies than he is rapping. But like we was saying, in case you live under a rock, he had that bar about Meg Thee Stallion, or people assumed it was about Meg Thee Stallion, but it's like, yo,
Nobody knows.
how long have we been calling thick women stallions? That it's like,
It's in her name. What is
yeah, but it's like if it would be like if
That's her
if
pronoun.
I started rapping and called myself fuck nigga, and then when every time somebody said fuck nigga, I jumped out like, yo, bro, why you talking about me? And it's like, dog, how long we been
That's your
saying
name?
fuck nigga?
That's what you told us to call you.
Look, man, rappers, listen. Have you heard these rappers' names? We're running out of names. It might happen.
Yeah, they already got a baby and a little baby, and I thought they were the same person when they first came out. I didn't know they were two different people. Because I was like,
Da Baby, Lil Baby.
Then you got, it's Dub.
and-
Oh, that's
and-
right. Dub Baby,
and
Lil Baby, and Baby.
AKA Birdman.
Birdman. So it's
So
like,
yeah, it is. It's like the next nigga's just gonna be called Infant. Oh damn, word! I can't be.
and he's going to be called Sperm, and the other one's going to be called Ovulation or some shit. That's the group.
Yeah, man.
9 months later.
All these babies ain't no adults.
Not one.
Not one.
Little everything. Little this, little that.
Well, I guess we had immature growing up, so.
When you run out of rap names, so there's a funny story about Childish Gambino. He was trying to pick out his rap name, so he went to a website for Wu-Tang Clan names.
Yeah.
And he typed his name in, and that's how we got Childish Gambino.
More of that.
So what I want to do is I want to go to that website and see what my rap name and your rap name would be. I mean, I feel like you're about ready to drop yourself a mixtape, right?
Yeah. think so.
You got some bars, right?
Rap name? I don't know. I never really thought about
Lil
all
Haystacks.
that. But then you know what's so funny is then you have motherfuckers like Kendrick Lamar that's just like, nigga, I'm just Kendrick Lamar.
He's an outlier, man.
It's just me.
This
and
guy-
we know he was K-Dot before, but it's like, I wonder what made him just go, you know what? They be writing my name on these checks. They be writing his rap name, writing the checks out to K-Dot. He go to the bank and be like, oh, so I actually got to get an ID to cash this check under there. You know what? Just call me Kendrick Lamar.
There you go. It's easier. So what's on my license?
That's rare, though. It's a rare few rappers that just first name, last name. That's a bold decision in a fantasy world where you can be anybody. Like, I hate even when I log on OnlyFans and you see a girl just be like Tasha Smith. And you go, yo, the fuck are you doing? Like, make up a name. Be creative. Be Banana Cherry or some shit. Pick a flavor.
Yeah. Get a talent. Yeah.
Pick a flavor. Like, don't just be on here as Tasha Smith. Like,
That's
come
boring.
on. Your grandma, you shaming the family name.
You want the fantasy. Yeah.
Right.
When you go to the strip club, you don't want to just meet just a Tasha. You know, just my name is Tasha Jones.
Right. I don't even think they allow that in the
No.
strip club. I think they'll be like, listen.
I need Bianca Buns.
We
Yeah,
need
yo,
you
I'm
to
going to
come up
Bianca
with
Buns.
something. You're going to be Buffy the Body. You
gotta be something. Yeah. Pinky.
But you can't just be Tasha Smith. But yeah, you do see that shit on
Tasha Smith, the librarian, huh?
You even see some dudes comment, which I'm on there and I'll subscribe to the ladies, but I am not bold enough to comment. Because sometimes you just read Dwayne, fucking Dwayne Brown will be like, bitch, shake some ass. Take them panties off. You go, yo, you commenting on here under your real name, fam?
All right. Phil,
looking up.
Your rap name.
Oh, that, you use some sort of generator or something?
Yeah, the same one that Donald Glover used to come up with Childish Gambino. And Wolf, I could do you too, but I think Wolf is a pretty good name for like a rap. You know, I don't know what your last name is, just Wolf.
That's a dope-ass name.
You could be down with Tyler, the Creator, man. They got the Odd Gang. What is it called? Odd Future Wolf Gang. So there.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Wolf is a
Phil, your Wu-Tang Clan name is Sarcastic Dreamer.
That's whack as fuck.
Sarcastic Dreamer.
That's super
And it's not
whack.
even spelled the right way. It's SARKASTIK.
We gotta ban that generator.
They don't like
I don't
it.
appreciate
I thought Childish Gambino was a great name. I
So
think.
what were we talking about? Oh, we talking about Drake.
Yeah, Drake and 21 Savage.
He claims stands for do right and kill everything.
Right. That's what he claims.
What is the meaning behind 21 Savage? I thought it was a group. When
I don't know.
I was like, oh, it's 21 niggas in the group? Like, what is the number 21 I wondered to him?
Fuck.
It's some gang affiliated shit I know. Like,
Oh,
Is it?
okay.
yeah.
So let's not talk about it. We don't want to get the RICO.
Yeah, it's some
Let's
gang
chill.
affiliated.
Oh, they will pull us into that case. But he's
Yeah, I
from
don't
England. That's
wanna-
so weird to hear that. My rap name. I'm not saying they can't. I'm just saying it's 21 Savage.
They sliding for the queen.
Yeah, for real. She died. Pop, 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 pop. 21 gun
All
salute.
about sliding for the queen.
Oh, wait. Maybe it's like a 21 gun salute.
That
Bam.
would be crazy if it was, bro.
21
That would be
Savage,
crazy.
21 salute, whatever.
But yeah, Drake had the bar, you know. She lied about getting shots.
Yeah. Well,
She lied about getting shots. What was the other part? She lied about getting shots, but she's still a stallion. And you go, I mean, it could be. It really is a double entendre because it could be about that or it could be about something. But you know what's interesting to me is,
That's the problem, though.
like, he says so much about other people that the whole internet jumped to, oh, he ain't got no smoke for the men, but it's like, remember when he got in a fight with Diddy?
I do remember
And
that.
he joked about that on one of the songs. So it's like, dude, stay sneak dissing people or having clever bars about what happened to somebody.
He got the bars about Kanye. He's like, she can't wear no 700s around me, you know? Remember that? So he
So
does
it's
sneak it
just
in there.
like,
You got to catch it.
You
So
know,
maybe, could be.
plenty of people get joked about in rap. So it was just funny to me to watch the whole internet become sensitive that it's like, I get it, it's a woman, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, yeah, man, but equality is the good with the bad.
Absolutely.
Sometimes
It's got to,
I didn't want to be
That's
mentioning
balance.
that.
That's balance. Good and bad.
Yeah, it's the good and the bad.
If y'all were curious, my rap name is Amazing Criminal.
Amazing.
Not Smooth Criminal, because that's
We just
Mike.
said we trying to duck the Rico, and you gonna sit here.
Hey, that's the name they gave me, dog.
Yeah, that generator's kind of whack, man. Those are the
know.
wackiest rap names I've ever heard.
If you type in Childish Donald Glover, Childish Gambino comes up. So maybe Amazing Criminal and Sarcastic Dreamer and The Wolf.
Those are the wackest rap names I've ever heard.
Would you buy an album with the Sarcastic Dreamer and the Amazing Criminal? Let us know right now at But I Don't Know Though Pod on Instagram. Hit us up if you want that mixtape, man. Comedy mixtape coming out 2023. Naptown's finest and BK all day. We here. Come on, let's drop these bars. Come on.
Naptown's finest.
That's what they want to hear. Look, he's smiling. He know.
Like that.
All the way out of Valdosta. You don't know. You don't even know about the bars,
Looking
man.
at football scores. I just seen my Colts actually lost to the Patriots. We benched Matt Ryan.
Oh, we going to sports?
You mentioned that, son. That's what I was looking at.
I thought of
the
Kyrie
sports
going through it
scores.
right now, buddy.
Yeah, you got to check on your parlays. I feel sorry for Kevin Durant, man.
I do too.
This is like if one of your friends ever got you hired at their job,
Yeah.
and then they just quit or keep calling off.
Now you stuck there.
Because last year for the vaccine, he kept calling off and just not playing and sat out half the year. And then this year, for those of you, in case you live
can't
under
be
a
under
rock,
a rock for this. There's no
hey,
way.
man, listen.
He
If
did
you don't
what?
prep these people, what happened with Kyrie Irving? So Kyrie Irving, point guard for the Nets.
He tweeted out a link to a film by
Don't say who it's by. Just
a group.
it's called Hebrews to Negroes. People.
Yeah. that's
Aptly
the name of it.
entitled Hebrews to Negroes.
And we're not promoting it, so go Google that at your own risk.
And, after a day or two, the owner of the Nets was kind of like, what's this about? This movie's kind of anti-Semitic. And then, after Kanye the week before was kind of going on his rants, you already know they out here ready to crack the whip. So, naturally, after 4 or 5 days of Kyrie doing the media and kind of being like, hey, man, it is what it is.
Yeah, he wasn't.
They were like, yeah, man, you're suspended. So, which he wound up getting suspended. And I think the question that's on everybody's mind is, if the movie is that bad, then why is it on Amazon Prime? And I think that's a fair question.
All comes down to the money.
But I don't think he watched, and that's the thing it
didn't.
should be, because I purchased the movie so I could see what all the fuss was about.
Did you?
Yeah.
How much?
I think they raised the price now that Kyrie's done free advertising. Because it was $10 on Amazon Prime to rent it.
Damn.
So I said, you know what? I'm home. It's a Friday night. I'm bored. I have a little drink and watch this movie.
All right.
I watched about 15 to 20 minutes of it.
Okay, you got your $10 worth.
It's kind of raggedy. Honestly.
Bad lighting? What was it?
You know me, I identify as a hotep, but this shit is like hotep to the second power. That is like, I'll just watch Hidden Colors, bruh. Shouts out to Tariq Nasheed. We'll just watch Hidden Colors. It's well produced. The camera's still is.
Mike's work.
This motherfucker's camera was shaky. It starts off in a living room. It felt like it was poorly sequenced.
Oh, no.
About 5 minutes in, though, there is this basketball scene that I was like, maybe this is all Kyrie saw.
Yeah, I don't think he could have watched the whole movie. I don't think there's no way. He probably saw part of it, I would say, and it was talking.
And that's the thing. He didn't say, yo, this is the best movie ever. He didn't say, yo, I fully agree with all of this or none of that. He just shared the link. And I mean,
the only thing that got me was when the guy was like, you're promoting the movie. He's like, I'm not promoting it. How is it promoting it? By putting a tweet out. I'm like, that's when you retweet.
Yeah, but some people do say on Twitter and different stuff, they'll say retweets are not in support of, or what is, there's another word that you
It's not an endorsement.
Yeah, because sometimes you share some shit to say, look at this.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I feel like and I mean, this is the thing, which I'm ruined because we grew up in the 90s. It's like Latrell Sprewell choked the coach and then finished the year.
Sure did. He used to got to play. That would never happen today, buddy.
Which I wish it was in modern day because we'd have the actual video. Like how we actually saw Draymond Green.
Secondhand. Yeah.
Cool. But yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, I grew up in the era of OJ. OJ ruined close to my birthday pretty much when he went on that chase.
And he were in the playoffs, so a lot of Knicks fans.
Right. So you got players on trial for double homicide, and then you got a player who choked, and then we ain't even going to talk about Ray Caruth.
Yikes.
God bless, which... Was it Steve
jail?
Harvey who immortalized Ray Caruth on Kings of Comedy?
Ray.
I know his ass ain't in that trunk. They caught him in the trunk of his homie car.
Ray went home.
For those of you listening who don't remember Ray Caruth for the Carolina Panthers, his baby's mama got pregnant. No, he didn't. Well, yeah, he killed his baby's mama. The baby survived.
Oh, he had brain.
He got out of prison probably a year or two ago, and the grandmother was like, I want you to meet your father. And I mean, the kid is...
Yeah, he's special.
He's not well because
of what he did,
what he survived, but you go, yo, Ray's the shittiest motherfucker on earth.
He sure is.
And I mean, so maybe we're desensitized a little because, like I said, I'm like...
I understand.
It doesn't feel like this should have caused this much trouble.
But what it is now is like there's a bigger microscope now. When we were coming up, the microscope was not that big. It was like Channel 5, Channel 7, Channel 13, ESPN, and that was it. Yeah. Now there's Twitter, Instagram. Everybody's looking at it, talking about it.
And this is a self-inflicted wound because it's like, bro, just watch the movie. You didn't have to put it on your social media.
But the way he made it seem like he was so woke talking about it. He's like, yo, I'm not this, what you saying I am because I embrace all. And I can respect that, but like.
Well, here's the thing about being an athlete that people don't like to talk about. The money's there waiting. What did he play, 11 games in college?
Yeah.
The money's there waiting. It's millions of dollars. We're watching Kyrie go through college. You know how you met somebody in college freshman year and they might have been, I don't know, give me something, super pro black, right?
Okay.
Then you see them in their junior year and they're like dating a white girl. All of a sudden they're like so off that,
right?
You know, and then you see them senior year and they're like some sort of balance of both. And it's like, oh, this is who you are. That I feel like Kyrie's played so much basketball, AAU all the way up to whatever, and the whole time they're like, bro, you're going to make millions, that he never got to go see who the hell he was.
So you thinking he's like basketball version of Michael Jackson?
A little bit. They got to grow up so quick. And mind you, remember like Ricky Williams.
Never had to have his
Remember Ricky
break?
Williams?
Yeah,
and,
I do.
You know, he's one of the all-time great rushers, but he had to take a year off to smoke weed and go to the mountains and like... He's like, yo, I'm struggling with anxiety. And then it's because from age 7, the second they identify you could make money from playing sports, every day you're practicing. And you don't have time to really get to be a person and see and figure out who you are.
We'd all be so much happier as a people if we did what they did in the 90s when athletes would say dumb shit. Just roll your eyes like, whatever, this guy's an idiot, and change the channel. Like, you don't have to...
To me, he's identified himself as a flat earther.
Yes,
so
that was the first...
When a motherfucker tell you, I think the earth is flat...
What are you talking about, bro?
You just got to identify that they think differently and then probably don't ask them a bunch of shit.
Or have conversations, philosophical. Stick to rap, stick to...
And why don't he do maybe a Marshawn Lynch? You remember Marshawn Lynch?
I love that. I cannot comment. I cannot...
You know, he would sit there and say, you know why I'm here?
You know, he said he had another catchphrase.
You know why I'm here?
I'm here so I don't get fined. I'm just here so I don't get fined.
You know why I'm here?
Yeah.
I love that you like made that so specific.
That's what he said.
But it's remembered as you know why I'm here.
You know why I'm here. Well,
because
can you speak to this?
So Rasheed Wallace back in the day,
I used to love
same thing. He was like, yo, I don't know why after the game I have to sit here and answer 35 questions. So he would come to the podium and just go, yeah, they scored more points than us. If they won. And then if they lost, he'd be like, yeah, man, they outscored us. Next question. They outscored us. And they'll make the black athlete, they'll demonize them. Mm-hmm. Greg Popovich for the Spurs, I think they have to answer 5 questions or maybe 4, or they get fined like $30,000. Greg Popovich will sit there, they'll ask him 1 question, he'll keep them short. Every answer is very short.
Yeah, Belichick does.
They'll ask another question, and he'll go, that was your 4th question. See you later. And nobody ever calls him an asshole, you know, he's well respected, but everybody with Kyrie, oh, this guy. And it's like, I mean, you are a little redundant. You saw what happened out there. Imagine if that happened in real life.
I think the media just
these interviews.
The media kind of demonized it, and like I said, because it's on the news cycle so much, that it, you know, people start showing up to the game with shirts, and I was like,
well, yeah, it kind of got out of hand, and there's a large Jewish community in Brooklyn, and I mean, for me, you know, respect to anybody from the Jewish community who feels offended.
Yes,
but I think as black people, we do have to acknowledge this part of us that, like, all these slave movies on Amazon, you're okay with me watching those. But anytime somebody tries to figure out, like, all right, well, who were we before we were slaves? And that's what I feel like Kyrie was doing, of like, all right, we get it. We've seen 12 Years a Slave. We've seen Amistad. We've seen, you name it.
Yeah,
Roots.
Glory.
We've seen this one, that one, The Help. I don't know. Fences. I don't know.
Yeah.
We've seen enough slave movies.
I see what you're saying.
Who were we before slavery?
The problem, so I guess maybe, correct me if I'm wrong, it sounds like what you're saying, the problem is not the message, it's just the way it was delivered.
Well, here's the thing, like, okay.
Because he put the link out, no context.
Yes, and that's the problem. And I think we need to realize that these entertainers aren't leaders. And it's like,
nope.
Yo, chill out, bro. Like, and him and Kanye.
Yeah.
So for him and Kanye, you go, yo, you know, I understand what y'all are getting at here. I obviously don't agree with what they would say is the anti-Semitism or whatever. Because with Kanye, you go, yo, just say the 4 Jewish people you're mad at.
Yeah.
Because it'd be just like if somebody said black people when they're mad at 3 black people. And it's like, just name the 3 black people.
I don't like Phil. I don't like Avery.
Yeah, you don't have to call out entire groups. Which even then, people will go, it kind of sounds like you don't like niggas.
Just them niggas Phil and Avery.
Allow that rather than to say an entire community. But I forgot who I was listening to, but they were saying like, yo, activism and, you know, it's like the military. It's like you need people in the air, you need people on the ground, you need the Navy, the Air Force, the Army. And he was just basically saying, like, everybody doesn't have to be Dr. Umar. Like, let Dr. Umar do Dr. Umar. You donate money to support Dr. Umar.
Yeah, let him talk. Yeah.
And let him do the talking, or let, you know, Tariq Nasheed or whoever it may be. I don't know who people, Cornel West.
Yeah. Well,
let Cornel West. So Kanye West, you go, less Cornel West and more Kanye West.
Well, you see, that's what happens. Let Dr. Umar talk, because when you don't let guys like that and Tariq Nasheed talk, you get people like what we about to go into right now. The people that you see, them black folks you seen on the news that just be running their mouth.
But before we go into, I want to finish the statement. But no, I was letting you talk.
Yeah,
but the statement, that, like, okay, you remember like Cosby and Pryor, like as comedians, they were like fire and ice. Like, Pryor would go on stage,
real dirty,
and address race. Fuck this, they doing that, they don't kill cars, they kill niggas. All Cosby. These classic shit, you know. They talk about justice, you go downtown,
it's
that's what you see, just us. And Pryor would address it, then he'd leave with a white woman. But Cosby would go on stage, you know, Pryor would talk about how we were different, black people, white people, and then Cosby would go on stage and talk about how we were alike, you know. We all have babies. Let's talk about childhood, having babies, being a parent, whatever.
2 different philosophies.
Right, but people felt like in that day, in the 70s, 60s, they felt like he was a sellout because he never talked about race. But he would donate mad money to Clark University, Spelman, whatever. So I'm saying we need more people to, I don't want to say be like Cosby in these days.
No. Yeah, you'll get canceled. You'll get canceled.
But
the idea of donating money to
you don't
what
have
you
to
believe
speak
in.
on everything.
Yeah, let somebody else who...
You know, and obviously Dick Gregory and these different people that it's like, And
the problem is our spokespeople have perms. I can't fuck with Al Sharpton, man. I'm sorry, man. Every time I see him. But that's who's talking for us, man. He's got a perm. His hair is nice.
But we all know that, you know.
But I get what you're saying. I agree. Because like I said...
And Kyrie does great things. Like, I feel like there's been more press about Kyrie, you know, posting this movie link than there was when he offered to pay the WNBA players' salaries. So.
That was a news story for 2 days, but he did. I remember that when
and I feel like some of them need to speak up for him and say, "Hey, he's a good dude. I don't agree with maybe whatever's in the movie,
that's
but
not happening. They all stayed away.
He paid my salary when I sat out for COVID or whatever."
Bro, the major part is that they gave him an opportunity to kind of retract, and I think that was what it was. That what got him the 5-game suspension, where they were like, "Don't you think you need to say you're not anti-Semitic?" He was like, "I don't need to address that."
Is it Dave Chappelle that has a joke about, Martin Luther King could have never lived the day because they would have gave him a shoe deal and it would have shut him up?
That's right.
God bless Dave Chappelle for that joke.
Kaepernick got the shoe deal
because he was saying how it really keeps people quiet. So when you look at the last few weeks. Kanye getting his shoe deal taken away. And we know Nori's probably already somewhere deleting his Kyrie Irving Drink Champs episode. That motherfucker, which I'm still tripping off that because it's like, Tucker Carlson left his interview up.
Yeah.
What's the other guy that Piers Morgan? And then he interviewed with Chris Cuomo.
Chris Cuomo, he left
all of them left their interviews up, but Nori's like, "Oh, delete," and it's like, dude, why'd you have him on if you weren't gonna do all that?
There's a couple mixtape Nori needs to delete before that episode. A couple ones that I spent money on, I can't get that money back. Them shits are still streaming.
Delete that last CNN album.
The War Report is a classic. That's the only one that I like.
But it's like, bruh, come on, man.
But how we doing on time, Wolf?
49 minutes.
Okay, so can I do the segue now? You on? Okay.
49 minutes. We got 10 minutes left.
Damn. That was a great segue, man.
About longer segments. Didn't finish the thought.
It's fine.
So, here's the thing.
All right, well, I'll tell you. Give me the credit for the segue, though. I want
that was a nice segue.
Thank you. That's all I wanted.
What I was gonna say,
you guys will never get to know what we were talking about.
One day,
we'll get to it.
The episode that we wind up getting canceled for is gonna be some shit that you cut me off and I didn't get to say. Oh, I don't agree with the anti-Semitism, and I was segueing, and then they're gonna be like, "Yeah, both you niggas are fired." And it's like, see, because you
gotta let him finish your thought.
Nah, you start talking sometimes, and it's like I wasn't finished. But I'm gonna let you finish.
Yeah,
so,
no.
Go ahead.
No, that was it. I just wanted credit for the nice segue,
you
man.
And these damn segues.
I'll be working hard on him. I'll be like, let me catch him. What he's saying, boom, right there.
Do some advice before we get the hell out of here.
We'll
do it next time.
Damn.
Whatever we forget, we'll do next time.
Tell them where they can find us, man. Tell them I gotta pull it up.
Find us at But I Don't Know Though Podcast or Pod, I should say, on Instagram and on YouTube.
That's right.
Subscribers. Get on your YouTube and at But I Don't Know Though.
You turn it on while you washing dishes and laugh at the foolishness. You know what I'm saying? That's the best part about the show. It's a lot of foolishness. Phil and I are two different people. Very strong opinions, but I feel like mine are more conservative than yours.
Brown, white wine. And
this might be that might be good for you, bro.
The segues.
That might be good for you, bro. Like, that might have some good vitamin, like some good zinc in it, some good potassium in
the wine from the Last Supper.
That is.
They put that on the ark. It was 2 bottles of that with Noah. Anyway.
Okay. So me and Phil, we're not experts at advice.
At all.
Hold on, Wolf. Do we have a degree in any kind of therapy or counseling service? Have we ever presented you?
Nah, not that I know of.
Okay. So if you take what we give you and it doesn't work, that's why the show's called But I Don't Know. We don't know.
To 2 comedians.
Yeah, talking about shit.
Talking about advice. So that's on you. Here's some advice. Don't post movie links on your Instagram.
Here's better advice. Don't drink brown white wine because you have a taste in your mouth.
If you want to keep your shoe deal, don't post those movie links. Go ahead.
The movie links will get you canceled. Unless it's OnlyFans, and then it's okay. First question coming to us from dig.com. How can I get my boss to follow me on social media after they've said no twice? I work at a company where coworkers and bosses become friends and it's an overall decent work environment. My field is in the world of social media management. My boss and I frequently send texts to each other and memes, sometimes related to work and sometimes not. We're both on the younger side, and in general, the rules very lax about folks being friends on social media. I've asked if my boss want to be friends on our personal social media, and they declined, saying they prefer not to be friends on social media with current direct reports. This boss is friends with other colleagues in previous direct reports and no other current direct reports until now. We recently added someone to the team She had left the department company and applied for a job on the team I'm on. Throughout the interview process, I saw they were friends on social, and they remained friends on social, even though Brooke is now a direct report. I asked my boss if we could be friends on social media now. They still declined and have said that since they were friends on social media with Brooke beforehand, then that's different. My boss said that they do limit the things Brooke sees on their account, and I shouldn't take it personally. How can I not take this personally? This really bothers me and also makes me worried about favoritism and exclusion as our team moves forward. What should I do?
As our team moves forward?
As our team
Is this
moves
Kyrie
forward.
Irving?
This ain't Kyrie.
Writing about jokes aside, still following. How come you still follow Ben Simmons and Kevin Durant?
You don't follow me.
Because you be posting them movie links, bruh. I ain't got time for it.
Listen, ma'am, your boss is probably helping you out.
Yeah,
Probably saving
this is kind of silly because it's like most people are like, how can I get my boss blocked from my Instagram?
When I was working at the rental car company, I wasn't friends with none of them upper management people. I don't need y'all seeing none of the stuff I got going on in my life. Yeah. And he's probably maybe he don't want to follow you. Like, why do I have to follow you because you asked?
Episodes of Power.
Yeah, what?
They don't need to see you dying in episodes of Power.
No, they don't. They don't.
They're like, I seen you bagging that coke up with ghosts.
Exactly.
Like,
this
bruh,
is
it's a TV show.
Yeah,
relax.
Yeah, but I don't think her boss wants to be friends with her. Like, trying to find a nice way.
Well, that's
to be like
obvious.
I don't want to follow you. Like, relax.
I guess from her side, I can see how that might feel a little like they're showing clear favoritism.
Maybe she's
like
just
we all work in comedy. Sometimes you see the booker liking post, and you go, "Motherfucker didn't like my post."
Maybe he didn't like her content. He's like, I don't like when she puts those bikini pictures up.
Yeah,
I can't.
He might have a wife. It could be anything.
Yeah, taking it real personal.
It might not be actual professional stuff. It might be like, look, you kind of hot. You be posting some thirst traps, and my wife be looking over my shoulder a lot.
Yeah, and I can't.
So
I can't have.
Try not to take it super duper personal as you're taking it. Although, like I'm saying, within comedy, sometimes you can see. You know, I seen my manager followed another comedian. I said, hold on now. God damn it, I thought I was a priority. But you following people that ain't even on the roster for.
And I can't get 5 minutes.
All right, any more advice? So don't take that personal.
Don't.
Do one more?
Yeah, we'll do one more.
We'll get the hell out.
What we got going on tonight?
Man, read the shit. Yo, deviating ass.
How can I tell people I don't want to hear them talk about other people's money? It's a good question. It's common now, and it seems to be acceptable to discuss other people's money. He inherited a fortune from his father. I heard she's earning 6 figures. They paid less than $500,000 for that house. I don't want to participate in these conversations, even if they are acceptable. How can I politely communicate that fact? You guys are really overthinking this stuff. Just walk away or pretend like you got a phone call. Huh? What's that, Ma? You got what? Excuse me a second. Just leave. Because people do that all the time. Want to talk about people's money. Wolf, how much you getting paid for this gig, man? Look how uncomfortable it gets right now. What does Wolf do? He remains silent.
Black people, we don't really play that. Like, they say it's only been like, I think, 12 black people on the Forbes list, but it's like, there's more. We just be like, hey, nigga, don't be reporting how much money I made.
Don't worry about my bank.
What's wrong with you? Yo, chill.
Why you about business?
My cousin
shut
just
up.
asked me for $5. Don't put me on that list. I know Rihanna had to be like, hey, don't be telling everybody I'm a billionaire.
I'm a billionaire.
Save that shit for Elon Musk deal. You see black people getting shot.
Mm-hmm. For nothing. Just mind your business and walk away. It's not that you don't
state. I don't like talking about other people's money. I don't like pocket watching.
Talk about your money.
Community saying, hey, bro, you pocket watching right now? Like, what we doing?
Don't worry about what's in my pockets, because in my pockets, not in yours.
Yeah, I think social media has made that real popular. You know, just
people talking.
You'll see people like 1,000 comment threads where people are arguing about somebody else's money.
Well, they got that guy now who walks up to people when he sees what kind of cars it's. Oh man, what do you do for a living? And how much do you make? And they tell him. It's just
that's another classic Chappelle Show episode on the Lost Seasons when they printed how much money he got for Chappelle Show, and then he walks in the barbershop and they're reading the newspaper that says Chappelle $25 million. The dude finished cuts his hair and goes, the price just went up. Yesterday's price is not today's price. So yeah, that's a setup. I would always feel like crazy if I was an athlete because they announce $44 million. You, first name, last name. And it's just like, your phone finna start ringing. Them cousins finna hit you
all
up.
those max deals, like all Karl Anthony Towns max deal, DeMar DeRozan max.
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, ugh.
That's got to be a good feeling, though.
It is, but I hate that people
we
know
can't
that.
pay you no more. You're that great.
Like when you walk into like a restaurant or something and people know that guy got money, like they start following you around and waiting for you to help them out. Like that feeling of
All
like
of a
being
sudden,
the
you gotta
pit bull
get
off
that
the leash.
security
Everyone's just
guard
staring.
we
There
were
you
talking
go.
about in the beginning. You got to call Jay Prince.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm just checking in, bro. I'm gonna be in Houston. But let's go ahead and transition. Get the hell up out of here. I'll let you do the transition because you like to do it.
Transition to exit.
Yeah, we exiting.
Sorry,
We got
man.
an hour, right?
The Brown. What do we got? Seconds now, Wolf.
Yeah.
I mean, it's no rush.
We're a
It's no
couple
rush.
minutes over.
All right. Well, thank y'all for listening and watching. This is going to be on our new YouTube channel. All right. So go like, share, subscribe to that. The podcast is also still on Anchor FM and wherever you get your podcast, Apple Podcasts and all of that. Spotify's. Go subscribe on there. Like the page. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. The Avery Mason on Twitter. Avery Mason Official on Instagram. And Phil, where you at?
I am Phil Hunt on all social media.
Yeah, how's your OnlyFans subscription going, man?
Doing all right,
Yeah,
man.
people find you good?
Yeah, a couple of the ladies follow me back. I said, word.
They pay? What you
On here
charge?
busting these jokes wide.
Let me ask about your money. What you charging?
Hey, stop pocket watching, bro.
How much is a 30-day subscription to I Am Phil Hunt?
Hey, man, my shit is free.
That's what's up. What about you, Wolf? What's your OnlyFans account, man? I see you on these.
Yo, you gotta chill.
Guys, get help this brother out, man. He don't tell me how much he making, man. What you charge, bro?
Don't be putting that out there.
I need all the help I can get.
That's right. Well, listen, man, it's been dope. Thanks for watching, listening. We'll see you next week. New episodes every Tuesday.
Something like that.
Every Tuesday.
All right.
Every Tuesday.
There we go.